All right guys, we're back out here. We're gonna go ahead and take care of the truck side now. So we gotta crop the rest of this off. We're gonna grind down the welds, pop it off, put in a plate that caps the end of this on both sides, and then take care of some of the electrical because we got a bunch of splice jobs and stuff that we want to clean up, and then have everything connected in through the main connectors right here. So let's get started with cropping this out, and then we can move on to the electrical. Cut 2 of these up on the plasma cutter. See, it's still kind of rough, so I'm gonna take and shape it up on the belt sander, but I need to get the curvatures on the inner side right here and here. So I'm just gonna remark it with a pen. All right, so you guys can see, it just needs to come in just a bit on both of these. And then we just need to sand this flat. Then we'll put a bevel on the one edge so we can get a good weld all the way around. Well, really inside and outside, we're gonna put a bevel. All right, so it's cleaned up quite a bit. Let's give it a fit. I think I need to take and shave some of this stuff off down though. It's got a bunch of burrs and stuff, but that looks like it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna clean up the other one to the same shape, and then we're gonna weld them in. Get this welded up. Go ahead, we got to grind this side flat, so we're going to grind all these welds flat on both sides, and then we'll be good to go. we'll do one more coat on this, and then that'll be good enough. And then let's go ahead and get started on the wiring. We have a bunch of these spliced in points where these wires were hacked together, and I mean complete hack job. So there's a T right here, and you can see they didn't even properly isolate or smooth this out, and you got broken wires on this side, broken wires on this side. These go to our perimeter lights, so we're gonna cut this out for the most part. We're gonna reutilize the end connectors for the back side with LEDs, and then I think this goes to the license plate lights. I gotta go verify that in the wiring diagram, make sure that that's correct. Alright, so this is the kind of stuff that really annoys me. So these connectors cut into the existing wire, so you can splice in another wire so you can tee it in. It doesn't seal, and these things are just junk. Like, should never use them unless you absolutely have no other choice. So they had a bunch of these all over the place, multiple places where you had the regular crimp connectors, but then they didn't relieve it by wrapping it or anything or sealing it. So there's that. The trailer plug, same thing. It was all spliced in with those connectors, and you can see I cut them out, but you can just see it cuts into the outside shielding, and that's how it's making the connection. So don't use these things, guys. Like, amateur hour. We'll pick that back up tomorrow with electrical, and then I'm going to go ahead and just seal the little pinch points where they had spliced those in up with a little bit of a UV cured adhesive, and then take and wrap it. So you guys don't need to see that, but that's what I'm going to do on that. The truck rail and the bed, we're using this. It is 3-inch wide, 1/2-inch thick neoprene rubber. So this will allow us to space it out enough for all the bolts and stuff that are in the way, as well as getting a good cushion between the bed and the frame. It's rubber, so it's going to prevent any kind of slippage or any chafing or anything of that sort. Also does not permeate water, does not let water through. So only thing I need to cut it down to 2.5 inches since it is 3-inch wide. So cut a 1/2 inch off. Alright, so this wall was used as the spacer boards previously. It was just another piece of that redwood. And then you can see the spacing of the holes that were cut out right there. So we're good. I was thinking about using this as a template. However, I think we can just lay down the rubber right over this or next to it and just mark it out right on the rubber, and then drill our holes. So for the bolts, we have to drill them out completely. We're just gonna take and center it up. So at 1.25 inches. And then for these guys down here, the rivets, we are just gonna go ahead and use a rotary file to just scarf it out from the bottom. For these fasteners, we need a hole pretty much 1 inch in diameter. Let's see if this does what I want it to do. Oh yeah. Alright, so we got the top one all done with the recesses done as well. Let's go ahead and give it a fit check here. Make sure we're on the right track. Those fit perfectly. Alright, let me clamp this side. Good, that's good. These are good. Those are good. And these are good. All right. So one's good. All we got to do is the second one now. And we already got the holes, so all I got to do is recesses. So I need to mark them and then grind them out. So both of them are fitting upright. We can get rid of this. And then now I'm going to get some neoprene caulk. We're going to make sure these fasteners are thoroughly covered. Put a bead down my entire center and then encapsulate the pockets with our bolts. So let's do that and then we'll be able to roll it back and bolt the bed down. We are on the clock now. The adhesive's on there. It's going. That should be good. So we're gonna roll it back and see if we can set it back on here before that cures up. We got like 3 hours work life, so should be plenty of time. So let's get go. We're gonna get going. I'm gonna try to keep you guys moving with me, but might be a little bit of a disconnect, so we'll see. No disaster so far. All right, so we're pretty dang close. So we just gotta get the sawhorses out of here and start dropping it down. All right, and then, so that's almost touching. And then depth-wise, this is pretty much lined up all the way forward. Maybe an inch off, that's fine. We'll take it in the drop. So I think that's pretty good for first try on the drop down. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna put you guys back here on time lapse and go from there. That could have been way worse.
But did you die?
All right, so we have it on 2x4s here. We have it on the blocks up front. We're gonna put it on 2x4s, shimmy it back over, and then get it in place. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna drill the 2 holes, cinch it forward, and that'll be it for today. Last night, ran out of daylight. I did get those 2 back bolts, so it's all cinched forward. And then the U-bolts that I bought from Summit Racing, well, the thread on the U-bolt is 9/16 by 18. However, the nuts that they provided with them are not. So, good job. It's direct ship from manufacturer, so I'll be leaving a review, obviously, about the quality of their product. But today we're gonna go back out there, install the 8 U-bolts, 4 per side, and then that'll wrap it up for this episode, so you guys can go ahead and watch that. Also, one of the other things that I did notice is, like, after the whole portion where the flatbed fell and everything, I started thinking about it last night, and all that could have been avoided if I just put 2 2x4s on either side of the rails, between the rail and the leaf spring, which would have kept it from going to either side and would have set it straight down even if it did fall. So my bad on that. Like I said,
no harm, no foul, no damage done. So let's wrap this up, and then next episode we can pick it back up with doing the electrical, the lighting. There's been a bunch of stuff that I've been printing for the lighting, so we'll tackle that. So let's get to it.
One of the other things I forgot to mention about the U-bolts being wrong. So not only are the nuts the wrong size, but this was supposed to be 2 3/4 space in between here, which is the frame rail width. This is 2 1/2 on the inside, which is the upper rail width. Not what I ordered. So anyway, so we'll just do one of those, and then that slides over enough. So could be worse. We'll make it work. And I just did all that without even recording it. So got this guy snugged up. 6 more to go.